show.
Well, that's what I make it.
Attaboy.
All right, so the Deers and Beers fellas are calling in just a moment.
That seems nice.
Let me pour a drink here before we officially go live. I know we're live. I know we're actually officially live, but we're not like ready yet because we moved it up an hour and apparently.
So is that?
I have a hard time with change.
Is this a thing now?
Yeah,
we're moving it up an hour.
It was your idea.
Well, hey man.
Your idea.
Maybe we'll hook a different audience or add to our audience. I don't know.
Well,
maybe
what'll happen. The best part is we'll be done an hour earlier.
This is true. Be home a little earlier.
Let's see. We got all the audio set the way I think I want it to be. I think. Yeah. Test. I guess I got to talk into the mic better.
Yeah, you do.
I always mess that up.
You got to move those little bird lips a little closer to that. Don't be
move.
afraid.
Oh, that's going to sound bad for anybody listening. Sorry.
Uh-oh.
All right. Make sure these guys have the right number.
Wouldn't that be funny?
It's just, you know.
They'll never want to talk to you again.
Life is great.
That asshole gave us the wrong number.
Fucking. Oh, boy. Okay, let's do this. Record. And turn that up. And.
Where to Hunt podcast. It's okay.
Hi, I'm Dan Small, host of Outdoor Wisconsin, and I listen to Where to Hunt.
Nah, it's okay.
I'm Kurt Geyer with Working Class Bow Hunter. I listen to Where to Hunt podcast, and it's decent.
It's all right.
Hey, this is Bud Fisher with Catching Deers, and I think the Where to Hunt podcast is all right.
Here we sit in awkward silence. Hi, Eric.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Where to Hunt podcast, the podcast that connects public land hunting enthusiasts, a.k.a. the okayest podcast in the Midwest. I'm your host, Eric, and we got Greg here. And we're in the studio, and we're just putzing around here.
Yeah, Greg's here.
Greg's here. We're doing a new time slot for those that are getting this in podcast land. You can now tune in live via Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Although today was 6:08 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Yeah, so who knows if this is going to help or hurt us.
I don't know.
We'll find out.
Probably hurt us. But I think we have a couple ad call-outs. And as I mentioned, we're coming at you from the Okayest Hunter Podcast Studio. So be sure to head on over to okayesthunter.com. Use code W2HPodcast for 10% off. So there's that. Okayest Hunter had a good first 6 months of business from June to the end of the year.
That's good.
So hopefully there's some bigger things coming for 2021.
That means we'll see that brand stick around a little longer yet.
That's right.
Awesome.
Big shout out to Spartan Forge, our friend Bill over there, running an incredible outfit. It's got a strong team. They're growing quickly. And if you haven't heard of them, you can check out spartanforge.ai and you can enter in code W2H for 20% off. And what it is a artificial intelligence / data modeling machine learning system that's using millions of data points from collared deer across the nation and around, I think, Canada too. So I can't say global, but certainly the content, well, what was that? North America,
Canada, eh?
There we go. Yeah. So check those guys out. It helps you with deer predictability in terms of like when they're going to be on hoof and how they're going to navigate certain terrain. And they're adding features, I think, like every day. So maybe you're not seeing all those, but it's the machine is getting smarter and smarter. So that all being said, who else we got here? Fleet Farm. We like Fleet Farm.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie.
Stop there and get pet food weekly.
Mm-hmm. Everything going on, I might go buy some more guns.
Oh, boy.
We're not going to dip into that whole shit show of topic, but I'm just saying. They're right there. It's like, yeah, that's...
You can't feed them. There's no ammo on the shelf.
Oh, my
God.
God.
It's ridiculous.
Oh, my God. Just welcome to 2021, boys and girls. But no, Fleet Farm, you can enter in code. Where's my code? In front of my face. W2H10 for 10% off. You can do that online, not in store, but you can get your stuff shipped to your house. That's right, I said shipped, not, the other word. And or you can do in-store pickup. So there's that.
You haven't had enough Drop Tine Spirits to screw that up yet.
I've had one drink of it. So cheers to Drop Tine Spirits, Deer Camp in a Bottle, a good partner of ours. They don't let us go thirsty in the podcast studio here.
No, not tonight anyway.
Or any other night. And Backwoods Grind. Backwoodsgrind.com. W2H podcast for 10% off. Got a couple bags right here. Hear that? I won't play the ad because I'm too lazy to push the button right now. Oh God, that smells good. Did you get a whiff of that?
I thought you were going to
Shake
ask
that
if I
bag.
farted
Shake
or
that
something.
bag right by your nose. What do you think
I
of
don't
that?
want a bag shook
Doesn't that
by my
smell
nose.
so good?
What's wrong with you?
Waft
Get the
it
thing
over
out of
there.
my face.
Oh, that smells like coffee. That'll keep you awake
It
right
does
there.
smell good.
Just the smell.
Your bag smelled wonderful.
We got some guests with us tonight. We're gonna bring in our buddies Kyle and Ryan from Deers and Beers out of Michigan. What's up, fellas? You on the line? Can you hear me okay?
We are here. We're on the line.
There they are.
We are here, and we are not the Q word. What do you guys drinking?
Right over
there?
their head, dude.
I know.
Right over their head.
Because they're sitting on each other's lap over there.
That was definitely right over. Surprisingly, no freaking beer. I don't know what we're thinking. We got a bottle of Jack, though, so we're just kind of sipping on that.
Ooh, that's
okay.
good.
New year, new us.
You're new to us. Deers and Spirits.
Yeah, right.
Our mascot's
There you go.
Snapchat. It's a ghost.
Yeah, thanks for having us on, guys. We appreciate it. Looking to have some fun tonight and bullshit a little bit.
That's what we're here for, man. We're here for fun and bullshit, deer hunting.
For having
and
us on, guys. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
This is I just turned on the live
right.
feed, so I got a little feedback there. That's what that was. What's up, Bill? Bill's saying what's up in the comments. If you guys want to see what's going on in the comments, you can jump over to that if you wanted to.
To the Instagram?
Facebook. Facebook's like where it's at when we do this stuff. We're gonna change some of that up soon here, but that's the main place for the live broadcast, anyways.
All right, I'll try and pull that up real quick.
Sweet. So tell everybody, I don't know, you guys have an Instagram account. It's well loved. There's a lot of drunk people on it.
Not to stereotype
Only
deer
one way to
hunters,
live
right?
We love it, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess it just kind of started, I think it was summer of 2019? Yeah. I kind of had a little golf page. I like to golf, and I kind of had a little parody golf page going. I never really got off the ground. So I said, all right, well, Kyle, let's do something together. What do we both really like to do? And we're like, well, we both like to hunt, and we both like to drink. So I was like, well, how about Deers and Beers? And it just kind of stuck, and we went with it and just kind of had some fun with it. And I kind of like over the summer, we kind of started to get our identity a little bit. And, we're not out there shooting huge bucks, chasing huge bucks. We just like to hunt. I could sit in the woods every day with just a camera and just enjoy Mother Nature. And Kyle's the same way too. And we love deer camp. So that's kind of where the whole beer aspect came into play. And if we could infuse them together, I think we could have a pretty fun page that people would get some laughs out of. That's pretty much what it's all about.
Absolutely. I thoroughly enjoy the page, and whenever we talk back and forth through Messenger or Instagram, it's always pretty fun.
Definitely.
Well, the fact that you guys have like a good duality going on, like, so first of all, what part of Michigan are you guys from?
So I grew up in the Detroit area. Kyle grew up.
I'm from West Michigan, Grand Rapids area, but I went to college in Detroit and then moved here after that. So now we're pretty close to each other, about 15 minutes, whereas we grew up about 2.5 hours apart.
And we're cousins, and we hunt our family's property. So that's kind of where we hang out most of the time, is up north, which is more like mid to upper Michigan area. Big Rapids. You look it up on a map, that's where it is.
Sure.
So you guys like actually get along because your family and you hunt the same property and you grew up together?
Sometimes we get along, sometimes not.
So you guys like,
We always get along.
so it's not like I have to ask, how long have you guys known each other? Your whole lives, basically?
Yeah.
We've known each other since we were kids.
Yeah, we're brothers.
So who's the deer?
Season more.
Oh shit! Sorry, this is me interrupting. Who's the deer and who's the beer in the duality over there? I think I know.
I'm claiming the beer. Kyle, I'm claiming the beer, and Ryan can have deer.
I'm a little bit older. I've got a little bit more experience. I'll take that over. But I was looking forward to this season more than any season, or even last season. Kyle played football his whole life, so even, college football too. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, he's pretty much not available for the last 8 years between high school and college. And so he's out of that and able to hunt with me more. And, it's fun when you have somebody to hunt with, let alone somebody you're close with that you can call not just a friend, but a relative. It's pretty special. So I had a lot of fun this year hanging out with him up north. That's
Cool.
for sure.
That's
Very
so
cool.
nice of you.
Thank you.
That's so nice of you.
It's hard to imagine Fabio in football pads and a helmet.
Yeah, with that handlebar mustache too. Are you gonna go into the NFL, or is
Clay
just your mustache gonna go?
Yeah, Clay Matthews.
My mustache made it, but I didn't get it.
Probably.
Tell him who your favorite team is, by the way.
Green Bay, go Pack,
Yeah,
go!
buddy.
Really? And they let you get away with that over there in Michigan?
Look, I
What
wear
are we
my-
going to say? We're the Lions.
You got Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, sure. He's good.
I sported the long hair during college football, and then I cut it my senior year and sported the bushy mustache.
There you
So I
go.
have a few looks, and now I'm just combining the two.
Yeah.
You're going for the Viking
And the
look.
ladies won't leave him alone.
The Viking look, yeah.
It's like a time machine, man. It's like going back to 1980. You're probably getting a bunch of cougars.
Well, if we're
You'd be surprised.
we're going to get into that. Let's tell some stories.
All your mom's single friends.
Yeah.
Gross.
She's actually in the comments right now. Be careful what we say.
Uh-oh. Sorry,
I just
Mom.
noticed that.
Uh-oh.
And by the way, someone just said Kyle can't drink beer good. That must be the truth because it's on the internet.
Wow,
Oh,
Ooh.
that's crazy.
shots fired. Shots fired.
That's a fellow Wisconsin guy right there for sure.
Is that Zeb?
No, Charlie Younger. I don't know. Do you guys know Charlie? Because I don't.
That was my roommate in college.
So he knows. So he knows.
So he's got some dirt on you.
Oh, look at that.
He's got some dirt.
Chug,
He's from
chug,
Wisconsin.
chug.
Yeah,
No, not
he
again.
talks his shit.
Yeah, pulling in followers from all over the place.
It's
How
awesome.
many many folks are you guys have following that Instagram page of yours?
What are we at? Like
About 2,000 maybe?
low 2000. I think 2000. I think we hit 2,100 maybe.
2,100 maybe?
2,000 drunk people on Instagram.
It'll keep growing.
Bingo.
It'll keep growing.
No, what I like
Yeah.
about what you guys do is, you are pretty like true to how we carry ourselves. We think of ourselves as being humble. We try really hard. We're pretty like, I don't see any big bucks on the walls here. Like we work. Both of us have day jobs. We work hard every day. We put the time that we have. I'm raising a family. Like we don't have, a whole bunch of PTO to be out there getting it done. So when we do, we try real hard. And sometimes we don't get what we want. It's just how it works. And I think that's pretty relatable. And you guys have that relatability going for you too. And then you throw in the beers part, and you're like a where to hunt mixed with an okayest hunter. You guys are like the best of both worlds, man. And then some. It's pretty cool.
I think that kind of helps us get by because, hunting season is relatively short, throughout the year. You probably get like a solid month of good deer hunting, with the rut mixed in and stuff like that, and a little bit of gun season. So it's like, what else are we going to fill our time with? You got all the summertime, hanging out on the boat, having beers, stuff like that. And I love making memes, mostly just about my life. I live vicariously through my memes.
That's pretty great. You guys have some good ones. That one that you put on at the beginning of the season, like it was a bus and a train, and the train was hunting season. The bus was like relationships. That was like, honestly, internet gold right there. I mean, I tried to put out memes for Okayest Hunter, and you guys freaking, I was like, damn it, that was a good one.
Memes are tough. It's like you put one out, you think it's going to like break the internet, and it gets like a couple hundred likes, and then you put out just the most generic meme that is just not even that funny. It's like 2,000 likes. It's like, where the hell did that come from?
Well, maybe the general one is more relatable. Like people don't have to even think about it. They look at it and go, oh, yep, I've seen that before. I've had that happen. Definitely.
Exactly. That's what Kyle brought up. He goes, you got to think about who's making these. Like, not everybody has kids not everybody does this, not everybody does that, but what everybody can relate to is like missing a big buck or having to work on opening day, stuff like that.
Oh shit.
Been there, done that.
Yeah. We've done that too. We put out memes and like we think it's the funniest thing in the world, and then nothing happens. Like, what the frick? You're like, come on, that was good. And then I put one out just to like get something done. Like, well, this is dumb. And then everyone loves it. I'm like, huh? So whatever you think, you don't. It's like that's what Gary Vaynerchuk always says. The market is the market is the market. It's like how it goes.
Yeah. Yep.
That's cool.
I love the video memes that you guys put out there. I laugh every time.
Those ones are harder. I got to consume a lot of content to trip on. And it's all tripping. I just trip on shit like, oh, this will work. And sometimes it's a reach. Sometimes like, I could make something out of this. And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yep. Hey.
I see. I think the video type memes are the funniest, but those for some reason are the ones that get the least attention.
Yeah, it's hard to get views on videos for some reason.
Yeah, the pictures do good. You're right.
Yeah, I think it's just the fact that somebody's actually got to stop and look at something for a little while, and then when they want to keep scrolling and just see what somebody else is up to. So,
yeah.
Well,
if you got kids, it's like, hey, honey, watch this video. And then you can't because like your kids are like, dad, mom. You're like, okay, you know what? We're not going to watch the video right now. But if you're like, hey, look at this picture. Okay, well, we're done. We're good. We saw the picture. We laughed.
Yep. And speaking of videos, YouTube is another beast to crack. Like I've been taping my hunts, I don't know, since in my teens, 20s. And
I know because you said taping.
So. Yeah. It's just like,
Kyle doesn't know what that means.
I always have a camera with me. Yeah. And I always have a camera with me in the woods. I put like kill shots and stuff on YouTube, and I put one up the other day and it had like one view, and I was like, oh, at least one person liked it. I'm like, shit, that was probably me just making sure it went up on YouTube. And it's just like it's tough to break the surface on YouTube. I mean, whoever can do it, like props to you. That's pretty freaking impressive.
Well, I think it's how you go about it too. I mean, if you're putting some production value into it, and that's what everybody seems to want to see.
Right.
It's cool to see a kill shot, and then you can kind of have like a grip and grin and a conversation about it afterwards.
Yeah.
But if you can put together maybe a story in front of it, and this is a lot of B-roll messing around, and it's a lot of effort. And
yeah.
I thought about doing it too, and I've messed around with it, and I played around with it for about half of this season, and it got to the point where like, you know what, I don't think it's going to matter much because I'm probably not going to put it out on YouTube, and nobody gives a crap. So I'm just going to put the camera gear away. And I did. I put the camera gear away, and I ended up shooting a doe opening day, and I put I couldn't even fit it on the tree opening day. The camera arm and the camera, the tree was too big. I barely fit my stand and stick straps around it. And, I carried it with me after that and set it all up and made all the noise getting it in there and made sure everything worked and shot some B-roll, birds and other things. And then went from there to, you know what? I just want to kill a deer. I don't give a crap about this silly camera. So all of it went right in the, it went back on the shelf. It's sitting in my basement, and I haven't even touched it. I think I looked at it the other day when I walked past it, and I wonder if I should break that out in the cold weather because I'm still grinding away. And
do it.
Yeah, well, okay, maybe.
It's tough. I've never tried bow hunting with a camera.
Sure.
I mean, it's too intimate enough to try to get it to get a deer in close enough on camera and make a shot. And you'll be at full draw. I just feel like, and in the back of my mind, I'm like, is this on camera? And I won't make my best shot. I usually just have it for gun season.
I feel like the only way to use a camera for bow season is with like a GoPro attached to your bow. Or if you have it up in the tree, like just watching the whole time. But you turn yours on in and out during gun season, so that style wouldn't work.
Yeah,
I feel like.
The thing with the GoPro is it's such a wide angle. It's hard to get the detail of the shot in the deer. I mean, to each his own. Whatever. I mean, if you can do it either way, good for you. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
But Greg, bust that camera out before you quit this year. You got to do it.
All right. Just for you, I will do it. I'm not guaranteeing anything, but I will do it.
One time. Yeah.
There's the guys over at Go Wild, which is like a outdoor social media kind of commerce site or app or whatever, they were talking about YouTube stuff, and they're like, dude, the thumbnail is like, that's it. You got to have a really good thumbnail. You can't mislead people. And they said once they figured that out, it was like the analytics shot through the roof. They couldn't believe it.
Wow.
So I thought that was kind of interesting.
There is a secret.
I don't know. That's probably not like the end all be all, but that's a pretty big piece of it from the sounds of it. Obviously, you have to have good actual content too. You can't just put trash out there. I mean, you could, but then no one will watch it.
Yeah, we got pretty good friends that film, and I mean, they've given me some tips too, as far as what I should be shooting, and film it all basically is what they said, and then cut it up later. It's a ton of work, and you got to really have a passion for it, which I do and I don't. I love taking pictures because pictures are simple. You can snap a picture and it's all done, and then you can pack it away, and then I hear a deer coming, I'm ready to shoot. Not remembering, hey, I got to press record. Is this stupid thing in focus? Is it far enough away so when I draw, I don't whack it with my bow, with the limb of my bow, or whatever. So yeah, there's a lot to it. It's practice.
Yeah. If this is probably a really bad example, but if you look at the hunting public, there's zero like intro editing. It's just them, and that's their specialty. It's them. But I mean, they just cut right into the scene. They put a date and a time on there, and they're off. And they're wildly successful with very little editing, intros, music, flash and flare.
Sure.
But, I mean, obviously they kill monster bucks. So that's, and then they're funny, they're relatable, they're down to earth guys. So they have the whole package, and that's why they dominate it.
Right. And that's their job. That's what they do. We're the four of us, we have to go to a regular job and work, and then hunting's a hobby for us. And it's like, we're compassionate about that hobby, but for them guys, that's their paycheck. That's their livelihood. That's what they do. So there's kind of almost no excuse.
Yeah, it's like kind of saying the guy in the NFL better catch the damn ball. That's his career.
Yeah.
Am I going to catch a ball? No, man. I play at recess. It's not the same.
Yeah, he's always eating popcorn with extra butter on it.
I shouldn't have that popcorn.
Heart attack.
That's funny.
Yeah, and that's back to like the whole followers thing. I don't even follow the big pages on Instagram, or we don't. I should say we. I just, it's not relatable to me. It means nothing. You go to Missouri, Kansas, whatever you name it, bow season, gun season, just monster bucks, seeing 50 deer a day. I'm lucky if I see like a 2.5-year-old buck during hunting season with my own eyes, at 200 yards away. That's like, oh, hell yeah, that's a nice one. I'm going to tell all my friends about that one. It's just like, if you're an average guy, I'm going to follow you because that's relatable and that's fun to me.
Sure.
Well, that's good. So you
and
follow
that's
us.
why I kind of, before we ended, I want to talk to Eric about his beautiful buck he shot, man. That was awesome. I was pumped for you, dude. That was sweet.
Thank you.
It was pretty exciting to get that text message. I'm in the middle of work and I get a text message. I'm like, I'm on a phone call with the guy. I'm like, I'm listening to him. I don't even hear half the conversation. I look at the picture. I'm like, where the hell did he get that? That son of a bitch went without me. What the? And we had a conversation. What's that?
A little FOMO.
Yeah.
Fear of missing out.
Yeah, I was missing out because I had sat with him and like took the camera with, and we got some video footage on one spot, actually 2 spots. I sat with you 2 times. And with the camera, I didn't bring my bow.
We did see deer. We went with Anthony Heller. Yep. I know it's not like we got skunk completely, but
no. And nothing the other one we attracted all the bird hunters. That was pretty fun.
Yeah. You should release some of that footage on your YouTube, Greg.
Yeah, the YouTube that I don't have.
There you go.
Right.
Leak it.
Yeah, we'll leak it because Greg's muttering some like nasty words under his breath about bird hunters. You freaking Wiley Kylie son of a bitch. Where's your Blaze Orange?
Hey, I didn't have.
Hey, you there? Hey. Yeah, you. Yeah, you. Where's your fucking Blaze Orange? You're gonna get shot.
Oh my God. No joke.
One of the finer moments I've got to witness.
I don't know. We had 3 guys walk up right on us, and I just whistled, and they're like, they were polite. And
they didn't know where we were.
They had no clue. They had no clue where we were exactly. And I whistled. They stopped. Their dog stopped and went, "Oh, it sounds like a guy with treats in his pocket." So the dog like beelined it for the tree. They hollered for the dog. The dog was like, I don't know if I want to come back by you because I think they got treats. And then they whistled again. Then they called the dog's name, and then the dog stopped and did an about face and went back. And one of the guys is like still walking towards us, and it was like a dad and his two boys. And he said, hey, you know, he called the kid by his name. He's like, no, don't go over there. Come over here. So the kid was like, oh, okay. And then they beelined it out and they went around us, and I just hollered real lightly because we were pretty well screwed at that point. I'm like, thank you. And they're like, no problem.
Game on.
Yeah, game on. All right.
So did you just get down or?
No, we stuck it out because the spot I had some confidence in that.
Yeah, and I missed I missed that big buck that day.
Yeah. The day before. No.
You weren't with me when I thought. Yeah, that's right.
No, I sent you over there, and I went to another spot.
Right. So then the second time you came with me.
Yep. So, I don't know, fast forward another hour, dude comes out with a dog. He's wandering around in this CRP field, which the stuff is probably 7-8 feet tall. It's way over his head, and you can just see him wander around. I'm like, that dude's not wearing blaze orange. And Eric kind of looks, he goes, is that a guy? I'm like, it's a guy. See the dog running in front of him? Oh, yeah. So the guy works around, and then two younger kids, blaze orange vests, doing what they're supposed to do. They come up right behind him. And from our point of view, it looked like they were pointing right at him. They could have shot his head off, and they wouldn't have had any clue he was there. So,
Jeez.
Yeah, real smart guy. So they come up, some geese fly over. These guys jump up and start shooting at the geese. The guy turns around and realizes they're there and like beelines it to the east. Goes over and walks to the edge of the grass field, and he's walking around, and he's heading right for us. I'm like, watch this. He had a lab. I think he fed it potato chips on his couch, and he might have had a little high life with it too. I don't know. It was a pretty hefty dog. It came wandering up right to the tree, like base of the tree, and like looked up at us and was like ready to tee off and start barking. And the guy just kept walking, and I'm like, hey! And he stops. And he turned white as a ghost and just about shit himself. I'm like, you know, you almost got shot back there? Well, what do you mean? I'm like, where's your blaze orange? Well, you don't technically have to wear. I said, for safety's sake, so you don't get your damn fool head shot off, maybe you should have your orange on. Yeah. And it's probably a good thing I didn't hit the record button on the camera. Because I had some things to say to him.
I should have.
And Eric's like,
that would be for good TV though, Greg. You throw down in the tree stand, that'd be cool.
Well,
don't make me climb out of here.
Dude, I was at the top rope, man. I was like,
you were up there.
I was 20 feet up.
Greg just jumped over.
Just jumped kamikaze. So
parkour.
So he's like, well, you know, technically you can't. I don't know how you can shoot a bird anyway with not wearing orange. I'm like, you dipshit. It's for a safety factor here. If you don't want to get your full head shot off, maybe you should be wearing blaze orange. And then if you don't want to be mistaken as a deer, luckily we're not that big of idiot hunters that we can see you and know what you are. You know, if you were in a thicker spot, somebody could have shot your ass.
Yep.
I was just a little frustrated with it, and I got tired of seeing bird hunters, so that might have added to it a little bit. And I'm like,
yeah, that would be frustrating.
Screw it, we're done.
A few times we go out to public, it's usually after gun season, a little bit later in the season, kind of walk around midday, and I've never seen anybody out there.
That's the time to go.
We normally hunt private it's a 40-acre, decent amount of property, but you can still it can feel really small when all of a sudden the neighbors are all hunting the property lines. And
yeah.
Kind of, it can
they start watching the lines at 9 a.m. and you're like, all right, well,
talk about this idiot with the grunt call.
This guy. My God. Okay, so I'm kind of hunting maybe 25, 30 yards from the line, and I can tell he's on the line a little bit, maybe like 50 yards from me, in front of me, and this guy does like 20 grunt calls
in a row.
Yeah, like
were they making like a video of how to use a grunt call?
Wow. Dude, and
I thought about going over there and teaching him how to use it.
I go like burr, burr, and he just goes like burr,
I'm like, what? The shit you see on TV that works, this guy's doing it. Nope, not gonna happen.
I'm like, and he knows that I'm there too, because I gave a couple back just out of spite.
Did yours go? Fuck you.
But this guy was there every time I went to this spot during the season, and I was just getting pissed, so I stopped going there.
It was a good spot.
Yeah, and I saw a few.
But you called one in, on a grunt call this year.
I did.
That was exciting. I thought you were gonna smoke them, man. Come on, let's go.
That's the one that you guys were like, oh come on, you never pass.
Yeah.
That's when you guys DM'd us.
Yeah.
Dude, that's funny. That's like, what did we say last week on the show? Give him the snort wheeze.
Yeah, give him the snort wheeze. Scare him away.
That was the one I called in. He was probably near that stand that the grunter sits.
So it does work. He's grunting.
He wasn't there that day, though. He wasn't there. So I gave a couple grunts, and he came in towards me maybe, I don't know, 45 seconds later.
Right under you, pretty much.
Yeah, he came pretty close, probably within about 10 yards. But he was a 4x2, and I think
Kyle's a trophy hunter.
well, you know what? No, that's not what it is. It wasn't legal.
Are you talking about your mustache again, Kyle? Is it 4x2?
Well, 4 on one side, technically. Yeah, you know what? 4 on one side. Yeah, we'll give it to him.
It's because like I saw that buck. I could have shot him probably 2 times before that, or maybe one before and one after Kyle. I mean, when they're on the property and they're looking for does, they stick around. And, you know, it's like, well, why couldn't that be a big-ass 8-pointer or something? You know, I guess that's probably why they get to be 8-pointers and, you know, 2, 3, 4 years old, because they're not stupid like that one. But
when you guys tagged out right away, didn't you?
What was that?
You guys tagged out like immediately on like opening day in Michigan, right? Or something like that?
Yeah, so we got access to this farmland. It's about 2,000 acres. Our grandpa met the farmer at the bowling alley, go figure. And I've been able to get out there probably the last 10 years, and it's just do whatever you want. They hunt, but they've hunted so much in their life they don't care anymore. So they just give us free range out there, and it's a lot of fun. You know, it's still hunting. It's not easy, but there's a lot of deer, and there's a lot of property. You know, 500-yard shot if you wanted it.
Bucks.
So we went out there for early rifle. We each got a doe. And then I went back pretty much the last sit of the year for me and got one a couple weeks ago. So I was able to punch 2 tags, and Kyle.
I got one that during doe season, early doe season, and then nothing the rest of the time. But I chickened out. My last sit, I decided not to go. And then Ryan went 2 days later and got one. I was pissed.
Are you too hungover?
I was just, you know what? No, yes.
Wasn't there like a photo or a video of Kyle just completely trashed? Was that for real?
That
was that
the
a
night
skit?
Before. That was the night before the early season hunt. Good luck.
Then that was the night before we both shot 2 doe.
Mm-hmm.
Hung over in the stand, feeling like crap.
That day that we shot too.
It was a birthday.
It was a good day.
There's an excuse there, a good one.
And we got them both. Yep, we got them both on film. I got mine self-filming in the morning, and then later that night, as Kyle's climbing up into his stand, I'm with him. He climbs up into a tripod stand, like, shit, Kyle, there's 3 deer out in the field. But he sneaks up at this farm field, sneaks up into the tower blind, the tripod, and 2 of them hop off in the woods, and Kyle gives y'all meh from 200 yards. She stops and punches the pin and just drops her. And I got it on tape. And I was like, holy shit. I was like, wow, 30-second hunt. That is awesome. Let's go.
Record time.
That's right.
And then it just went dark for the rest of the season after that.
Literally, yeah. We didn't see, well, we saw deer, but nothing that was.
The opening day gun season, I don't know if the weather was like that for you guys, but it was super windy and it was really warm. And then the temperatures dropped. I'm like, okay. And then the wind picked up even more.
And rain.
It was brutal the first couple days in mid-November in Michigan.
Okay.
We saw a couple deer. We shot some bucks, but not quite, what we were looking for.
So our season started like 4 days later, 4 or 5 days later.
Gun or bow?
Gun.
Because you got a doe first day of bow season,
Yeah.
and then you got a couple other does too. Though you've been
I had
the
one
freaking
other
freezer
doe.
queen.
Yeah, I got 2 does. One in September, first day, opening day, and then I got another one while we were hoping to see more bucks. I had a doe come right downwind at another one that I couldn't pass up the opportunity, and I let another arrow fly and watched it die in sight. And that was in November.
Nice.
When we were trying to shoot a buck, but I'll take the
Is that
opportunity.
those? Don't you use like 5-pound arrows or something?
Yeah, I throw anvils. I launch anvils out of my bow.
Yeah.
It's more like a shot put, really.
Yeah.
shooting cement sticks with a razor.
Like everyone talks about like platforms in the tree. His is like a diving board in the tree. He's got to really give himself some running room. Just in case an angry bird hunter comes up too. Hey, I will dive off this board, jackass.
Or something. Yeah, right.
How heavy is your arrows, Greg? 600 some odd grains?
Yeah, 630 grains. I did a lot of monkeying around, and rather than going back and forth to the bow shop trying to tune the bow to a certain specific arrow, I decided to tune arrows to the bow, which, believe it or not, is possible. I've done it, and I'm no expert at anything.
Just got a lot of
in
time
life.
on your hands.
I just had some time with the whole COVID and working from home, and in between tech calls, I had a little bit of time to keep flinging and playing around. So
when the phone rang, is that when you shoved one through the brick wall in accident?
it might have been.
Ah, crap! I gotta grab that. Shrink.
But no,
How far you guys got to drive to where you guys hunt?
for me, it's literally, I have public land all around me, so I can be hunting in probably 10, 15 minutes. Where if I have Eric come out by,
nice.
yeah, it's very convenient. If I have Eric come out by me, I mean, he's a good 25, 30 minutes away just to get to my house. And then from my house, it's, 10 minutes out down the road. So,
Well, I did find a nice
Not
little
bad.
slice
So you
close
guys
to
can
home.
actually hunt.
Oh, yeah, go
You
ahead.
can hunt the cold front on a Wednesday. Lucky bastards.
right.
Yeah, this
Right.
guy for sure can, and I make a case with my wife. I'm like, I watch the weather more than I ever have this season. I think I was at some points way ahead of Greg. I was like, dude, no, the wind's gonna shift at noon, and this, and I was like, calling him
so
constantly.
it's either he's calling me constantly or I'm calling him. Hey, what do you think? Can you squeeze out? Well, I don't know. I got to talk to the wife. Well, I don't know. I got this call at 2:00. Let me see if I can reschedule it. So then I get a text or a phone call back 15, 20 minutes. Dude, we're on. Let's do this. So it was like, all right,
So I think
pitter
the one day I
patter,
showed
let's
like
get
really
at her.
earlier, like, no, dude, we're good for a while. I was like, what? Let's go right now.
Yeah. That's good though. That's good. I mean, but you guys had some wild success though. You got a buck down, and Greg put down 2 nice does. I mean, it's paying off. Keep it up.
Yeah, and I'm working at another one. So
Yeah, how much
There
time
you
you got
go.
left on that one for this season?
31st of January here in our area. So I have a couple of bucks. I've got some pretty good intel on. I'm gonna go after them a few times here, and if I'm not seeing what I like as I'm kind of pursuing that, it's gonna be tap out and go for a doe. I'll get one more for the freezer. It's my wife's orders, so
That's awesome.
yeah.
You gonna butcher that one yourself?
Oh yeah, I'm not taking that one in.
I'll have to come up with a camera for that.
Yeah,
You can feed me.
feed you. Why not?
When I got my buck, I texted. All right, I FaceTime my wife and my daughter. I wanted to see her reaction, right? So I've told the story like 100 freaking times, but my wife doesn't believe me. I'm like, Mom, that's a dead deer. I'm standing over it. Like this has really happened. She's like, oh my god. And then I was like, put our daughter on the phone. Her name's Logan. I said, put Logan on the phone, and. Yeah, Daddy, did you get it? She's like 3-ish, right?
Yeah.
Between 3 and 3.5. Daddy, did you get a deer? Yep, I did. You want to see it? Yes, let me see it. Okay. And when she says yes, she goes, yes, let me see it. So I flip the camera over. She goes, oh my God, it's a buck. Can we eat it? Best moment ever, man. Standing in the field, FaceTime my daughter, and she's asking if we can eat the buck I just shot.
Well, and it's funny. I think you must have just got off the phone with your family, and you tried FaceTiming me. And I'm on a phone call with a contractor trying to get his problem fixed. I'm like, oh, boy, that's kind of early. It's like 3:45 or something like that. It was really early. I'm like,
It was my wife, my dad, and then you.
yeah,
You know,
and I'm like, I'll call him back, you know. So I'm on the phone with this guy for like 20 minutes, hang up with him, and I text him. I actually, while I'm talking to this contractor on the phone, I'm texting Eric, "What's up, dude? I got one." He sends me a picture. I'm like, "No frickin' way!" I'm like, so as soon as I hang up with the contractor, I'm on the phone with Eric, and he's telling me all about it. It's pretty frickin' cool.
Yeah, man. What was going through your mind the second that arrow came off the string, dude? Could you see your arrow go into the deer, or was it kind of dark and you weren't sure?
no, I saw it, and I said,
Well, I got you shot at.
no, I said, oh, shit. I fucked it up. Because I hit him in like what I thought was like the back leg. I was like, shit. What happened? I should have stopped him. Like, oh no, blood's flying out everywhere. I got a full pass through. And he like takes off barreling through this deadfall. And then he hooks it towards me. He's like, oh. I'm like, what's going on right here? I shot him in the leg. Like, what's going on? And then he like falls over. Like,
oh, fuck, what did I do?
he like falls over 5 feet behind my tree. And I like knock another arrow. I'm freaking out. I'm looking behind. I'm like, okay, I'm going to have to try to find a window to shoot him in because he's probably just bending down real quick to figure out what the fuck happened. And I'm like, there's no way this deer is going to die. So I'm like trying to get another arrow. And all of a sudden I hear, and I see like one final kick. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? What the fuck just happened? Now, mind you, I'm one stick high, right? I'm not even
He is the okayest hunter for a reason, folks.
It was not. I was like, this is not good. This is not good. I finally shot, I'm not going to miss another freaking deer. I wounded the animal. I'm starting to feel terrible. So I'm one stick high and I'm like, okay, it's been like a minute. This thing hasn't fucking moved. So I jump down from the stand, literally jump off, grab my arrow, like I set it down in like the, the tree stand holder thing. And I like slowly creep up on there with my arrow. Like I'm ready to go, and I'm like, I think he's fucking dead. I'm like, how the hell did he die? Like, what happened? What happened? My dad's like, you probably hit him in the femoral artery. I'm like, yeah, okay, Dad. I don't know what that means, but sure.
On the back there, yeah.
And that's what it was.
It was.
I severed the shit out of it.
Yeah.
And he went didn't go 20, and he died right by me. Like I didn't have to walk more than 5 feet almost. He was like right there.
Yeah, I booked it over here and grabbed the camera and helped take some pictures and stuff. And you're like, yeah, let's pull the back straps out of this thing. No, you don't want to pull the back straps. We got to pull the inner lines. Well, whatever. So I look in there and like the one side is like completely severed in half. I'm like, no wonder why this guy died so quick. You hit the femoral artery. Well, what the fuck is that? I said, you see that thing? It's bigger than a freaking. It's bigger than a straw. That artery is huge. Yeah. I said he just dumped everything. Well, yeah, he had blood all over inside of him. So, well, that's why you cut like.
It's sprayed everywhere too.
Yeah,
I like reverse engineered. I tried to find my arrow. I couldn't. I'll try to find it this spring, and I walked back from where I killed him to try to what happened, and whatever it was, it was. He died, and he died quickly. So it ended up being ethical, even though I totally botched the shot like an idiot because I was trying to shoot through a freaking branch and
took out his inner loins.
I was in
no
the
reason
stand
to
for
live
28
anymore.
minutes, and then this thing comes walking by. I was still sweating. I'm barely set up. It just happened quick.
Sweating like a
Oh
child.
wow, that is good. And yeah, it's kind of bittersweet. You practice all year to make a good shot, but he died quick, so
Yeah.
just be thankful. I guess
So-
that's it.
Quick, yeah.
You guys, you take the heart with you? You guys eat the heart ever?
I do. I'll take it and actually carve it up and cook it right away. I try to clean it up real nice. I've cut it a couple different ways, but there's one way I like to cut it, and it's actually like kind of dissecting it by muscle group almost, and then kind of hammering it out and then putting it on cast iron. It seems to taste good, but I'd like to try it on the grill. The grill would be, I think, a little bit better, but it's lean. It's so dang lean, and it's kind of, there's a lot of iron flavor to it. No.
A lot, yeah.
Well, for good
We usually
reason.
boil it.
Oh, do you?
We'll boil it for about a half hour. That helps get some of the blood out, and then we'll just kind of carve it up like you did in the pan with butter and maybe onion or whatever seasoning you want, Lowry's garlic powder, and then just 30 seconds on the side and have at it.
Interesting. Yeah. What I'll do
Boil it, but don't do it. Yeah, make sure there's no if your lady friends are around and they have a weak stomach, don't boil it in the house. It's get like these green bubbles coming up, and it's not the prettiest thing to do.
Never mind, it's a science experiment. Don't look.
That's funny.
The heart, yeah, exactly right.
It's my I think it's probably one of my top moments of any hunting season ever. Is just like eating the heart afterwards is so nice. Just like putting it on the table. We have it all cut up, and we just eat it, with a fork. It's like all this hard work for this, and it just tastes so good, so juicy.
Crack some beers.
Yeah.
Sit back in your chair and be like, wow, this is the fucking life.
If
you don't hunt, you're a loser.
Hey, it's
I
the
just
truth.
love eating the heart.
It's the truth.
What is it? What do you do? Like,
Hey, the season. Go ahead.
like, are there other recipes that you would do, or?
Look, I do everything.
Well, this year we didn't boil it. The first year we did.
Yeah.
So, but other than not boiling it this year, everything was the same. We haven't tried anything else really that was different. But it's definitely something that we should look into for next year, because we're gonna smoke like 9 deer.
Yeah, we're both gonna tag out on some huge bucks. I think. I'm just like the clown, put my makeup on, telling myself next year is gonna be different.
That's a funny
The
saying.
clown putting his makeup on.
Next year's will be different.
I really like. Yeah, exactly. I really like making quesadillas. So you just get just like whatever steak you got. You can
Whatever
use
cut of meat,
tenderloins or the backstrap, whatever. But I just use the generic meat. I cut it up pretty thin, cook it, put a tortilla down with cheese, put the cooked steak on it, put more cheese on it, of course, and then slap on the last the topping tortilla, and then just have it sit in butter in the pan, flip it, and that is money. That is a nice, tasty treat.
That sounds good.
I always seem to overcook venison.
Ground beef.
Like, no matter how much I try not to, I always like, no, it should just be like a second longer. But then you just kill the flavor.
Well, the thing is with venison is like when you look at it, it looks done, pull it right away, because it's still going to continue to cook internally right after you pull it off. Like, you're supposed to let the stuff rest for a few minutes, up to 5 minutes. It's still cooking inside. So if you take it right out of the pan, which we're all
I gave
guilty
up on the grill.
Did you really?
I don't do the grill anymore. I get the pan hot as it can get,
Sear it.
and then I toss some butter in there,
Yep.
and then I cut my steak maybe like 1/2 inch. They're small, like the size of your palm,
Sure.
butterflied, and I just toss them on 30 seconds one side, 30 seconds the other. Smoke alarm's going off. I don't care. It's just
Just oil,
really
it's
good.
fine.
It's a little bit charred, and it's red in the middle.
Yep.
I like it that way.
So wait,
And when you're
30
doing
seconds, 30
steaks
done.
like when you're doing steaks like that, that's okay. That's fine.
How long on each side?
30 seconds, a minute.
That's it?
If he's got it smoking hot and like literally to the point where the oil is at like burning point, it's
exactly.
that quick.
And what oil do you recommend? Do you recommend like vegetable oil, like olive oil, avocado oil? Like, what has a higher, was it called a sear
Olive oil.
point?
So olive oil, I'm just going to tell you this right now. If you're doing olive oil,
That's what I use too.
if you're doing olive oil in the pan as like a frying oil, you're already getting it too hot, because that stuff's got a high smoke, or it's got a very low smoke point. So if you're going to do high temp cooking, use avocado oil or vegetable oil. It's way better.
And better how or why? What do you mean?
Because it has a higher smoke point.
So what's the difference then? It's just not going to start fucking burning the house down? Or?
When you you're not setting off the smoke alarm, pissing the old
Hear
lady
that, Ryan?
off. Two, when you burn olive oil,
Teaching moment.
it gets a really off flavor, and some people's digestive system doesn't like it too much. It's just the way it is.
What about butter?
Butter also is another one
I use butter.
that stuff will smoke up real quick.
Yeah, I did that. So I made that mistake when I cooked up some venison a week ago. And, and I put the butter on after the pan was hot, so it turned brown and disgusting. Like, immediately, I was like, well, this isn't going to go well already.
Yeah.
I've already shit the bed here.
Yeah. If you're going to do it to give it a little butter flavor, you almost got to get, either your avocado or your vegetable oil hot first. Throw your steak in there, and if you want to add that butter in there for flavor, then throw it in there, because then you've taken that steak has taken that pan temperature down a little bit, So you're not at the burning point, or at least you're not as close to the burning point anymore. And then you can throw that butter in there, and then you'll get the flavor out of the butter, and you maybe not taste the oil as much, and go with it from there.
Yeah, you're like a freaking scientist, Craig. I need to have someone over my shoulder for these first couple of things that I try to do. So I
got to supervise how to cook venison.
And then I'm good.
Do this, don't do that.
Well, you're damn right. You know?
And with the grill, I'm just going to say this. Steaks, when they're half-inch thick, they're going to go quick. You might as well throw lighter fluid on the fire. They go fast. If you're going to do the grill, what I've been doing...
I see you moving stuff around. You got coals on one side, steaks on the other.
You look at what I'm cooking. It's a hind quarter, it's a top round or a bottom round roast, or it's a whole chunk. It's a half of a backstrap. It's not little butterfly chops. If you're going to do butterfly chops, I mean, it's got to be real quick. Get the grill hot, get the smoke rolling. It's not something you try to keep on there for a long period of time. Where if I'm doing a roast or a backstrap, I get the coals hot, keep them on one side of the grill. I indirect cook. So I'll put a sear on it real fast on the piece of meat, and then I'll pull it off to the side and let it cook, and usually get it to about 150 in the middle, and that's where it's like medium rare, medium-ish. Further past you get past 150, the more done it gets. So thermometer helps, but throw your wet chunk of wood on there if you want a little smoke. Hickory's real nice.
Wet wood.
Yeah, you got to wet the wood, buddy. You want smoke, you got to wet the wood.
Right on the table.
That's
Drop
right.
it there.
Where are we going with this?
Yeah, I don't know. One thing you guys got to try too is I like just rolling it in batter and then just putting some extra olive oil in the pan and then kind of like frying it like a mini deep fry.
Yep.
And that comes out really good. It's crispy on the outside and then really tender in the middle. And that, for somebody that may not want venison that much or doesn't care for the taste, that's something that I found they always like.
I call it chicken fried venison. So I do something similar, but I don't use olive oil. I'll use either avocado or use vegetable oil. Get it up to about 325-ish. Get about a half an inch in a cast iron skillet in the bottom. Get it up to about 320, 325. Get it. You can start to see it roll a little bit. It's hot enough. If you let it go any longer, it's going to start smoking. It'll give it everything an off taste. Have everything ready. So I just did it the other night. I didn't put it out for the gram to see on the world, but
Ramsey over here. That's awesome.
I took the inner loins, cut them up in little doubloons, and hit them. All I had was buttermilk. I didn't have any egg in the house, so I just worked with what I had. Dipped it in the buttermilk, and then I had panko, and then I seasoned it up with garlic powder, onion powder. I didn't use seasoned salt. I used regular salt, and then some cracked black pepper. I just ground a bunch of black pepper in there, peppered the shit out of it. Mixed it all up, and then I think I threw some flour in there too. So I had some big chunks and some smaller pieces. The big chunks gave it that nice crispy. The flour helped kind of coat it and hold it together a little better. So it went into the buttermilk, onto the plate with all this breading that was all seasoned, and into the pan of hot oil. I mean, I don't think those little pieces were in there much more than a couple minutes. And a couple of them I got overdone, but I still ate them anyway because I'm not letting it go to waste. It's a lot of work goes into killing that thing. Yep. So
man, you should write a book. This is impressive.
Meat Eater got shit on Greg Tubbs.
Over to take more notes. Hold on, give me a second.
All right, I'll send you a recipe. How's that sound? We're BFFs now, so we're good.
One of our listeners just commented. Alex Flew said Jack Endsley's blue bag fish batter is really good for frying deer.
Blue bag fish batter. So I'm not familiar with that brand, but we got Shore Lunch. There's a lot of things you can use.
Sure.
But panko is nice because it doesn't have any seasoning. If you don't like a lot
what
of seasoning.
What did you cut into? Balloons? You're saying shit so fast over here.
Blue bag?
Yeah. What did you say?
Did you have too much whiskey that
no,
you no
you're
comprende?
Speaking a different language to me, bro.
Sprechen Sie Lingedy?
Drinking over there, Greg?
He's drinking a lot.
I'm like tuned in.
Eric. I heard balloon too.
You got my full undivided attention. I just don't know what the hell
blue
you're saying.
bag.
How many
blue
beers
balls?
you had? Maybe it's the other way around. I cut them into blue
so.
balls and then the balloons float away and I I couldn't find my oatmeal.
Yeah, maybe we had too much whiskey.
Take the blue balls in your bag and then
Put your blue balls.
Put it
in
on
your
the
bag.
Plano, and then you play Plinko, and you're good to go. Price is right, bitch.
In the Plano? Really? You're going fishing too while you're at it?
What's that?
Jackass.
I used the fish pad before too. I don't know if I'll get the name right, but I think it's called Zatarans or Zatarans. I think it's
Zatarans. Yep.
And
Zanzibar?
yeah, pretty solid.
Was it really?
Yeah, a little spicy, a little Cajun flavor with the veni. Oh yeah, now we're talking.
I could see that
Not
working
too
real
bad.
nice. In a pinch, it's real easy.
Gotta get a little honey with the veni.
There you go.
I can't take it anymore, guys.
Oh, shit.
Holy crap. Yes, it's all right. I'll be the guy everyone laughs at. It's
Sloppy
okay,
Joes.
guys.
Sloppy Joes are good. Fajitas. You can't beat
fajitas, dude. That's
Venison
easy.
fajitas are the best.
So the steaks I cooked that I botched, we turned into fajitas.
yeah.
I was like, well, we're not having steak tonight, but we'll have fajita tomorrow.
Yeah, you just throw them in the marinade, put a little, you could throw a bottle of beer in there in the slow cooker.
Yep.
And that'll all, even if the
Yeah.
meat's a little tough at that point, if you slice it thin enough, it'll kind of
You had me
loosen
bottle
up
of
a
beer.
little.
Now I'm thirsty, so
Yeah.
cheers to beers and deers.
Yes.
Dude, Eric, now you have an excuse to hunt more because you need to kill more deer so you can learn how to cook better.
Hey, I got 2 deer this year. I'm sitting all right just at the moment. And I got a new chest freezer this year because when COVID struck, my freezer broke. And my fridge. I'm in a pretty good spot. I'm in my
What
happy
was the
place,
second
fellas.
one you got? You got that nice buck.
Yeah, I got a
You
doe
want a
with my
gun
gun.
season?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
dude, I was watching your story. You guys were just slamming deer left and right.
It was a
on
lot.
your
Yeah,
opener.
it
I
was probably
like,
confusing, actually. I was like, they probably
So
think
you
this
got
is my
one-
deer,
you
but
got
this is
one of
Mike's
those,
deer. And then my buddy Clay got a buck, like a nice buck, especially for where we hunt. Like, that's not
Yeah.
happened yet there. Shit, I think my dad got one. My buddy Joel got one. I don't know. A lot of people got deer. It was a lot. I mean, there's
that's awesome.
6 of us.
Is Where to Hunt on YouTube with these clips?
We're on YouTube. The only thing goes there is like these live broadcasts like this. And a couple other odds and ends. I'll
So
toss there.
maybe if you see all my debauchery on camera, it'll probably go there instead of my own.
Okay. All right. Do it.
All right.
Do it.
Do it.
You won't
Do it
regret
now.
Our little YouTube channel, I think Whitetail Coffin Club. Yeah, baby. Got a sticker on the back of my truck for it. It's like 10 subscribers, but it's more just like the memories. Like
It's
you're
for
out there,
you.
you're
It's
putting
for
the
you.
work in, not only hunting, but you're doing the video. You got the footage. Put it out there. It's yours. Be proud of it. Don't be scared, Greg. Do it.
Don't be scared.
I don't do, dude. I bring my GoPro, but like shit
Crazy.
just doesn't work, man. And then I brought like I'm like, nah.
Operator error. That's what I'm going to call it.
I don't do it.
Operator errors. You're less than okayest when it comes to running a camera.
Here's what I'm seeing right now.
Oh.
Greg gives Ryan advice, some comfort to hunt in the late season, and Ryan does it, and he reaps what he sows. But Greg isn't. He's hesitant on taking Ryan's advice, and that's.
Oh.
Oh, it's a good narrative.
Ryan, you're welcome.
Well, a little backstory on that. I messaged Greg. I was going up for a late season hunt. I said, "Where should I hunt? Option A or option B?" And he chose option A. And I was like, "Good," because that's what I was thinking. Went out there in the morning, had a decent deer walk by me. I got the gun on him, and it's like a 3-4 inch spike. Shit, I'm looking for a doe. See about 10 does too far off, too thick. So I said, "Okay, Greg, plan work. Just didn't work out." So we go to plan B at night, and hour and a half later, got one on the ground. So Greg knows what he's talking about.
It's funny.
When he speaks, open your ears up. He knows what he's talking about.
He goes and messages me. I'm like, why the hell is he messaging me for this information? Well, this is what I would do. I'm okay at this. I can handle it.
I was looking for the affirmation to be like, "Yep, you're doing it right." And I was like, "All right, I need somebody to talk to about this."
He already had
Yeah.
his plan.
Yeah, I was like, who can I talk to that's going to tell me I'm doing it right? Greg, he will tell me. I know it. He loves to
If
hunt.
you want that, you can talk to me and I'll say, dude,
You
I do
didn't
not
message
know.
me.
No, all kidding aside. I
Yeah, we're
mean,
going back. Paragraphs.
Yo.
Writing paragraphs to each other. And
We
I
are.
enjoyed it.
my wife is like, who you texting? I'm like, don't worry about it. It's a friend. Well, who's this friend? Oh, it's Ryan. Ryan who? Like 5 Ryans. I'm like, yeah. Well, which one? Like, it's Ryan from Michigan. I don't know who that is. Do you have a girlfriend? Well, his name is Ryan and he wears khakis, so
He's from State Farm.
He's from State Farm. I don't know.
My wife does that. Who are you talking to? I'm like, honey, I can't even, like, I don't know. The internet. I'm talking to the internet.
From Deers and Beers.
It's Ryan from Deers and Beers. He's got a mustache.
You know, my wife's got quite the memory. She fucking knows. I'll say Ryan from Deers and Beers once, and she fucking, she's like, oh, you talking about, how do you, the people that I know because of doing this that
Steel
I talk
trap.
to on a regular basis, she's got it on lock. On lock. It's crazy.
That's awesome.
I can't even remember. Dude, this camera
I didn't even-
tonight, oh my God. It stopped working like 1,000 times. It's getting worse.
I think
I didn't even tell my wife about this Deers and Beers page for like a whole year. And then
Honey, we're famous.
all she did was make fun of me for about 6 months.
My wife still does that. She's
And then
like,
for the
people
last
listen to your
6
show.
months, she was kind of into it. I think she's probably watching right now once she puts the kids to bed. I don't know.
I know how this goes. Like, you probably put the phone on the nightstand, and all of a sudden, all hours of the night is blowing up and glowing, and she's like, "Who the hell's calling you? Who's messaging you? What are you doing?
Yeah.
Do you have a girlfriend
See,
somewhere?"
Ryan logs off. Ryan logs off at a certain point, and then that's when I have to pick up the slack.
Well, the only reason my wife's watching tonight is because she knows when it's going to end, and then she'll be texting me, "Okay, it's over. When are you coming home?"
That's what mine does. Dude, the way that you guys do your handoff stuff is awesome. We totally stole that page out of your book where it's like you guys go tit for tat back and forth on your own page. Brilliant. I was like, Greg, we got to do with that. We got to do that shit. It's fucking great. And then we start doing with everybody else.
gotta
It's
throw a
just
little
fun.
shade.
We felt like that would help others understand us better.
Oh, I think it worked out great.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing when we first, like the first year, I was just kind of like going through our page, and I was like, "What the hell is all this random bullshit? Like, there's not one picture of us. It's just a bunch of stupid memes, some old photos." I was like, "We need to
Put a face to the
put a
name.
face, have a little interaction." And it was kind of designed in the first place to not really have our faces out there, at least mine, or our names, and kind of like to keep it that way a little bit, but.
Sure.
Eventually, if you want to have interaction with people, you need to have your face out there and have some type of banter back and forth with them. So I make fun of Kyle as many chances as I can take advantage of.
That's crazy.
It works so well. But the joke's on you because he's younger, so his life's better.
Yeah, he's
Bingo. Yeah, I haven't hit the stage where I just want to fucking go out and hunt and get away from my
Yeah.
wife.
Kyle, you're what we like to call OFP, own effing program. Enjoy that shit.
I came in. You come up this weekend? There's this really fun party, and the girl kind of wants me to show up.
Come on, now that hasn't happened.
I was like, "You motherfucker! You're really gonna dodge me for this? Come on."
That's steak.
Man, only there was a time machine.
Actually, it went a little bit like this. Hey, I'm going up after Christmas for the late doe season. Oh, I can't go up. I gotta be with the kids and the wife for Christmas shenanigans. All right, well, I guess I'll go by myself.
And then I ended up going like midweek when he couldn't go.
Yeah. Well, I didn't go because I was going to be by myself and Ryan wasn't going to go with me. And I said, oh, well, I guess I won't go. And then Ryan just goes up on a Tuesday when I'm working.
PTO, cash it in and hunt, baby. That's what it's all about.
There you go.
Yeah.
So
You don't use it, you lose it.
Is it true?
That's
If
right,
you don't
you know
use
what?
it,
Yeah.
you lose it?
It's on me for sure. And it's a lesson learned.
Good shit. Hey guys, thanks for coming on the show with us tonight. We'll wrap up, but like, just to be clear, how do people find the page? Both the YouTube page, the Coffin Club, and also like the Deers and Beers. Like, how do you spell it out?
So for the Instagram, it's at Deers_N_beers. And then for the YouTube page, it's just Whitetail Coffin Club.
Cool.
Sweet.
And that's it.
You got that, everybody?
Look
Go
for
check
the one
them
that
out.
has the fewest subscribers. That'll be it.
And don't subscribe. Keep it that way.
Yep.
Killing
Just
it.
want to kind of too put out there, like, I know the name kind of implies like drink and go hunt. We do not drink and hunt. I'm totally against that. It's not safe. And if an accident were to happen, that's not what I want to have in the background looming. Oh, this guy got wasted and went hunting. I'm totally against that. So is Kyle. We're all about having a couple beers after the hunt, especially if you get one. That's what we're all about. Have some beers with the buddies. Celebratory beer, deer camp style.
Thanks for clarifying, guys.
Absolutely. It's awesome.
Because,
Yeah, absolutely.
you always see some sign like on a freezer at the grocery store that says this is not an exit, and like the milk section, like, what the fuck? That means someone tried to do it. So
Exactly.
yeah, so you got to tell people, otherwise they'll do dumb shit like walk out of the milk carton fucking section at the grocery store.
Exactly.
Or like there'll be a sign on the toilet, this is not a bubbler or a water fountain.
Yeah.
We appreciate you guys' page. We love it. We follow it. Big fans.
Well,
Appreciate that.
likewise. It's awesome.
Well, I'm going to end the live recording. Everybody that's tuned in live, thanks for jumping on here. This will be in podcast land tonight, and you can either double dip and hear it again, or whatever you want to do. It'll be on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. Yeah. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Ready.
Thank you.
All right, one sec here while I end the live stream.